Everyone. All right, so we are here with coronavirus reading part 2 to see if the virus will mutate, which I'm suspecting it will eventually. It just makes sense that it will, as most viruses do. And maybe we'll ask of that mutation. Sorry about that. All right. If you haven't watched me read before, what I do is I shuffle. I like to let people watch me shuffle. Then they can see from the whole reading, start to finish, how it went. But if you don't want to do that, and I don't blame you if you don't want to, go ahead and skip halfway through and you can just go to the part where the reading starts. So right now I am just laying my cards out. What I do when I do a reading is I run my hand over the cards and I look um, I look for a card that way, but the way I find my card is I feel it, because I get a warm sensation, kind of a magnetic sensation, when I feel the right card. And if you try with tarot cards, maybe you would get it too. Some people don't, and they just read the normal, kind of pick off the top of the deck, and that is a standard way to read. So I just learned this way, and it's a little different, but it works for me, so why not, right? All right, I'm running out of room for cards. I will try to squeeze these in over here, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ask about whether the virus mutates, and then I'm going to ask what the outcome of that mutation will be. So, will the virus mutate? Will the novel coronavirus COVID-19 mutate? And I've got a card right here that is an answer. Will COVID-19 mutate? It's this one. All right, so that's interesting for this one. It's the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords traditionally is a card where you're worried in your mind because you can't see the future. And so this is a real anxiety card usually when I get it. It's telling me be anxious about this, that you can't see it now, but to me it's a yes, because we don't see it happening, but it looks like things are happening all around us that we can't see. If that makes sense. It may be happening already. It just looks like we can't see it. Let me ask for the outcome of these mutations. What are the outcome of the virus mutation? Sometimes it gets weaker. We'd be lucky if it did. Outcomes of the virus mutation. Sometimes it gets stronger. That would be bad. What are the outcomes of the virus mutation? Again, I feel like I should pick both of these cards. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick them. Okay, so what I got here, these cards are going to work with each other, because when I get two cards, that's what happens. So I got the Six of Swords. I keep getting this card for the near future. It's weird. And I've got the Queen of Wands. So Six of Swords is a card where you actually leave, and we put all of these together. We've got this very anxious situation happening, and a Six of Swords where moving away. And then we've got a Queen of Wands. A Queen of Wands is in a much better place. She actually looks pretty happy. So if I were to do this reading of will it mutate, I think it's already mutating. I think we just don't see that it's happening. We're concerned about it in our minds, but I think that blindfoldedness is telling me it's already happening and you just can't see it. The Six of Swords, the outcome of these mutations, I keep getting this having to leave card. It's coming again and again and again in my readings, and it's really weird. Swords are your thoughts, so you're leaving things behind, but you're taking it with you too. Meaning while you're leaving a physical place, in your mind, the worries and the concerns, you've not left everything behind. It's still there with you. So I see a time of intense worry about what is going on here with this mutation, where even some people may have to leave their current situation that could be again work. But I don't, it's definitely a physical leaving. Um, and this card is troubling me and puzzling me because it keeps coming up, this physical leaving because you're so concerned. I'm going to leave that with you guys, and we're going to see what the future brings. It's a very, very odd card to keep popping up of what the near future holds, and leaving worried in your mind, but trying to find a better place is what this card's all about. You know, there's lots of things we've already left, right? Most of us have left our workplaces and left our situation, but this, I like this card though, because the next card is the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is very active. And again, I'm noticing these little things up here, which to me, in that 10 of Pentacles that I read before, stood for the virus. This is reminding me of that too. So I think the outcome is going to be that we fight the virus. Queen of Wands is a very active queen. We're fighting it. So the outcome, I think, is that we successfully fight that too, that as well. I think it's going to be okay in the long run, but in the short term, there's just this real anxiety, and that maybe we end up with this whole having to leave our normal, to leave our normal again. And I sure hope that doesn't happen, but there's a lot of anxiety in these cards. A lot of anxiety about the future and this virus mutating. I think it's already happening and we're not seeing it. And this is not a positive card, you know. It is heading towards positive. So I like that. The mutation tells me, and the Queen of Wands is positive. So, but there's all this worry that's just, you know, just weighing so heavily on these people as they go. So I think we're going to have a time period as the virus mutates, and I think it's mutating now, of intense worry, really intense worry. This is a family leaving their normal situation, trying to find something better, a better place. And we have the Queen of Wands, who seems to have conquered the virus. She's got it behind her, you know, here, and she's holding her wand. And I do think there is a very positive future. But in the short term, it's just not looking great. I see maybe these, I'm going to read this one other way that could be a possibility. All these sorts could be vaccines. They, you know, they could be the things that we have to do to get to fight this virus, meaning we have to make multiple vaccines because it mutates in multiple ways. So that very much is a possibility, and I just see that as a physical leaving. And I've been getting this card again and again, and it is stumping me that why there is a actual physical movement to because the virus mutates. I don't quite understand it, but I think the future will explain it. So we'll see. All right. Good luck to everybody. Not the best reading, but it has a good outcome. We do conquer this. All right. See ya. Bye.